Chris Clenshaw's era is over. It's coming to an end soon. So soon, in fact. You're going to be surprised. It comes to an end May 29th. So there might be a lovely video out. There might not be a lovely video out. But the positives and negatives of him, I just want to quickly get that out there. So when I don't deliver my part, Ash can fire me. Note that down. So yeah, this is going to discuss.
I've already got the P45.
He's just waiting for the excuse.
Currently scanning it right now.
Yeah, so this is obviously we're gonna just briefly talk about Chris Clenshaw's leaving, etc., and that's mainly it. So we're
not going to talk about like the good parts or the bad parts. It's just generally going to go. Here's what we can probably expect in his last coming weeks, and what's going to precede it. Like the changeover of an executive producer. If you've never seen it before, it's a weird time. It's a weird reshuffling. So yeah, well, all that and more.
See, I think this is where I can start off with the rumor returns and departures. I know Lacey Turner has pretty much confirmed that she's leaving, but I'm still going to put that as a rumor. I know
she's 100% said that she's left.
Yes, I know she's 100%, but let's just put it as a rumor for this video, okay? So we know the rumored leaves is Stacey Slater and Felix. I don't know his last name. Felix Baker. We know those are the two rumored exits. Who's the rumored return? Well, Kate Oakes said in a video, at the BAFTAs, because she was very intrigued with this person's opinion, said there is a return happening. Do we know the return? We don't, but you will find out. And an article has come out on the 17th of May saying this return is potentially, probably, definitely is Max Brannan. So we know that the rumoured return is Max Brannan. He's rumoured to return some point in 2025. That's pretty much what we have rumoured. We don't know anything about any other exits that are potentially happening, any other chopping blocks, but we will hopefully find out. Where do you want to start with this? Where do you want to see? Well, who do you think will be? Might as well just say, who do you think is potentially on the chopping block for this? Like, it's sad to say, but
I mean, it's kind of a hard one in its own right, but it's also not very, like, you have to kind of judge where characters have been and what they've been promised. So I think generally, up until this last couple of time, I would say that Zach Hudson, he was on the chopping block for a long time, but they've been extending his ties to the square as a whole. But I do think it's more going to be on the lines of like Chelsea Fox. She's gone. This is speculation, but she's gone. Remember the whole of is probably gone. In terms of other characters who I think are potentially on the chopping block, probably Harvey, Howie, two characters who are good in their own right if you give them the time, but you don't want to give them the time because there are so many other better characters to use. Possibly Anna. I think Anna's a risk in general. Always been given something to do, but never enough to warrant actually sticking around for.
Just wanted to pump in here and say, can you just repeat your Chelsea bit as you kind of cut out because I was uploading a separate video to the channel.
Wow.
And
wow. The Chelsea bit. Chelsea, basically, the whole point of the Chelsea thing was remember the whole of like 2024 where Chelsea was like, hey, I'm going to get a really big storyline this year. It's going to be really, really big. Get a really big Chelsea storyline. It was the Wolf of Crush, admittedly. And it was relatively big, but it went on for like 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, she's got a really big storyline though, guys. She's gone. Speculation, she's gone. They have not used her properly, and they refuse to actually push the character forward. It's like, she's going to get with Ravi. Wrong. She's going to get with Ravi again. Wrong. Now our mum's trying to get with Ravi. It's just, it never really worked out for this version of Chelsea. It's not like the actress has done a bad job, but like fundamentally, the writing's on the wall. Callum's gone. What else is it? Unless they bring back Ben Mitchell tomorrow, Callum's gone. Sorry. And Ben's only been gone for like, a year?
A year, yeah, a year.
God, and hasn't the year been sweet? Hasn't the year been sweet?
See,
Love Ben Mitchell.
there's a problem I have with Callum that I just want to briefly say, because I don't really say it anywhere, because I don't care about Callum. The problem with Callum is that they want to keep the relationship with Ben there, but the problem is he's not there. So you know what I mean? You want
Look, you can't have a one-sided relationship in soap. It's just not how it works.
it's
Better people have tried, better people have failed.
it's like when the movie franchise, like, okay, we have this big movie, it succeeded, and then like one of the main characters is like, I'm not returning for the sequel, and they have to awkwardly go, you're dead. It's just like, you're not here anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Great.
And
yeah, it doesn't work.
that's where my problem lies, because you need Callum to move on. Like I know it'll upset Ballum fans, but who cares? You can't just have him call Ben, like, are you okay, Ben? And then he has to say yes, because he's obviously on the phone to him, but we don't know he's on the phone to him. It just doesn't work. Callum is literally, he's stuck in the ground. He has nowhere to go. He's literally just stuck, because they don't want to move him forward and they don't want to move him back. So he's literally stuck in a door that won't move.
Yeah.
He's like a couch.
Yeah, perfectly said. Like they want to keep the relationship alive if they ever want to redo it, but also you're not redoing it. So he is in limbo. He is just perpetually in limbo, and it's an impossible situation. Bernie as well. Bernie's gone. There's no point in having Bernie around anymore. She's not even been in the cafe for a while either. Like, she does nothing. She doesn't do anything. She did have some cool moments, and she's probably achieved more than she ever had any right to as a character. But they've proven that they don't want to invest in her future on the show. And with Felix being gone, that leaves Bernie alone, like one really sad tree. It's just in the swamp. It's never gonna be seen, never gonna be heard from. It's just an impossible situation. She's probably gone. So if we kind of tally that up, it's what?
5.
Also speculation. This is speculation. This isn't happening, because sometimes people, so we say things with such authority that some people just go, "This is the truth." No, speculation. Come on. So, speculating to accumulating. Nonsense phrase. Stacey is leaving. 100% confirmed.
Yes.
Felix, 100% confirmed to be leaving. In terms of the characters who probably will leave, Chelsea Fox, Bernie, Callum, and then probably like Harvey or Howie, maybe even Kim at this point. Like, a part of me kind of expects another Slater to go. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Alfie left. Honestly, like, or Gene.
To me, and I just want to briefly talk about, because obviously we did do a Stacey video, and I kind of did give my thoughts, but I will mention it here again in case you didn't watch that video, because you don't like me or you just didn't care. My thoughts is with Stacey, I'm just gonna put again potentially leaving. I know she's confirmed to leave.
I don't know why you're saying that.
But since she's leaving, you do put the cast in an awkward situation, because if you don't know, most of Stacey's kids are not grown up, so they can't just, if they're grown up, they can stay on the square. But since you have like Arthur, Hope, and I forget the others, it's just awkward. Others, because you just have to have them go as well. But now you also have Jean with heartbreak. Do you really want Jean lingering around like a sad fart, which then just leaves Lily? And do you want Lily on the square, which is Kat and Alfie? No. It's just like, I could see potentially the entire Slater clan gone, but Kat and Alfie, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, in my opinion, you do kind of have to rebuild the Slaters when Stacey leaves, but it depends how many people leave with Stacey. Like, because it probably is the right time to give Jean a break as well. And Jean can come back in a year or so, but fundamentally she's been a bit overexposed and kind of she's been forced to fit a mold that they want to fill, which is when Stacey left for maternity leave, they wanted her to be like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. Jean's a bitch now. So, well, that's not really the role you put her in. And is Big Mo sticking around? Like, you'd like to say so, but do you really just want Big Mo by herself? You just have Big Mo and Freddie, like Big Mo, Freddie, Tommy, Cat Alfie. Like,
Bart and
it's,
Ernie.
yeah, it's an impossible situation, really. But honestly, who knows? Who really knows? As for that speculation, unless you have any more, we could talk about what was being revealed, which was a bit of a trailer. It's like a 15-second. It's an ITV shit trailer. It's a shit ITV trailer essentially. It's 15 seconds. It is a car goes off the side of a bridge into a body of water, and we don't know. I don't think we know whose car it is. Nobody's sussed out whose car it is. We don't know who's driving or in the car, and nothing is given away. But perhaps this is gonna be a part of Chris Clenshaw's final 2 weeks. Because, I mean, this, once again, speculation. We've seen that now it's been teased a little bit about Zach, and this is like hot off the presses, like fairly new speculation. So if tomorrow more gets revealed and it's wrong, this could be all bollocks. So keep this in mind. It's been suggested that Zach wants to leave Walford and he wants to take Barney with him. Nicola's proven to try do anything to prevent her family from getting out from under her. She wants her family close knit where she can keep track of them and keep control in a sense. So is this a Nicola revenge? Is it something like that? Is it a Cindy thing? And basically, the whole thing is we don't know what this car crash will be, and we don't know when, but we can probably gauge Chris Clenshaw likes to have these big set pieces, and especially since he was supposed to step down at the anniversary, which he probably did, but you still had 9 weeks of episodes still in the can, so you still needed to continue. So is this him stepping down? Is this beyond Chris Clenshaw? We don't really know. It just said coming soon.
See,
yeah.
See, I like the idea that it's not even new footage. It's just the footage from Christmas 2022, just reused. It's just reused.
Definitely not, but yeah.
It's just like
not that lazy.
It's a new angle we're doing. We did use old footage, but still, I don't really know, because I wanted to do a video where we obviously just read the Reddit, because we do that when we have no ideas. Yeah, shut up, Piggy. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but obviously no. Yeah, there was a 15-second trailer. You can literally do nothing on that.
And we all know me. I love a trailer. But you have to give me something to work with, boys. Mate, I've turned 15 seconds into 15-minute videos. It's not hard to pick apart a trailer. It's not hard. But you got to give something out there. Jesus Christ. We don't know whose car it is. We don't know who's driving. It's all dark. We don't know what bridge it is. We can't bloody get the coordinates for that bridge and suss. There's nothing. There's nothing to go on. At least give me some little scraps of cheese. Satiate the taste buds, and then I'm coming for more. But yeah, unfortunately, no Johnny trailer breakdown on this one. There's just nothing. You can't get anything.
See, I'm just reminded of just very quickly to indulge yourselves. I'm just reminded of, I think it was last Christmas 2024, that they released that Christmas trailer that was 30 to 35 seconds long, and Ash was like, yeah, I've got this, Piggy. I'll make it a minute or so. 30 minutes, and I'm just sat there absolute cinema. This man knows how to masterpiece. It just makes me laugh every time.
And the funniest bit is I took everyone on a ride at that time, because even you halfway through forgot, and you're like, oh my fucking god, how has he done it? This has been 15 minutes already. How has he done it? It's like you got so taken in that you just remembered, like, oh shit, yeah, he said he was going to make this 15 minutes, and I absolutely fucking did.
It always amazes me, though. It just amazes me every time.
We've all got talents.
Yeah, I've got none, and that's why I'm here, so I can make us better.
Talent.
My talent is putting you over, because obviously you're the Ocho,
Right.
you're the talent. We got to make you good.
In a world full of fan service, somebody has to be the fluffer.
Let me fluff you up, baby.
Oh Christ.
Piggy doesn't have all the fans, but he has some fans that really want him. That fat boy is gonna outlive this channel, I swear to God.
But just to kind of wrap this through, though, I think, and we made a video where I didn't have any ideas, of course. Where we basically went, maybe it's time for Chris Clenshaw to be done. But fundamentally, it is now the end of an era. And it is a sad time and a good time, because Chris Clenshaw fundamentally, and there will be videos coming out to this effect, he did reshape the show in his own image. Some people liked, some people didn't like. I liked this era of the show. It brought me back to being number one EastEnders fan rather than Hollyoaks stan or Coronation Street stan. And it desperately helped me believe and enjoy this show dramatically more. And I think it's done a really good job at making people believe in the future, because soaps are very year by year basis. A couple bad years and you're singing like closing time. It's over. A couple bad years, it's done. But fundamentally, it really has helped reshape and reposition where it is in the soap hierarchy. And all this rambling waffle nonsense to simply say, when an executive producer changes hands, suddenly you're not seeing the same vision of EastEnders. You're not seeing the same vision of a soap, right? Like, you know, the EastEnders in the 80s is not the same as EastEnders in the 90s. It's still fundamentally grounded in the same, like, sandpit. But the ideas suddenly now are a bit more crime focused. You know, now we have the new Mitchells, the machismo. Oh, these guys are going to carry the show for however long. It's a really kind of, you know, stark differences. Coronation Street. I mean, the recent Coronation Street executive producer has focused more on crime, and it's become a more crime-centric show. Whether it's to its detriment or not, definitely is. It's just these little things that can entirely change how it is. And I made the joke that obviously Ben Wadey was Channel 4 commissioning director, which the joke is, what the fuck was Channel 4 commissioned in the last 10 years? In the last 15, 20 years? Oh, 3 more seasons, The Big Bang Theory, are we? Lovely, lovely, thank you for that.
The literal, sorry, just to put in and like digest the joke, but the literal only thing I can think of that that Channel 4 have done in the last 15 years is the Dairy Girls, Dairy Girls, yes. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. The end of the fucking world, and just getting the rights to Adult Swim shows is all I can think of. That's why, that's why we have Smiling Friends, and I have Smiling Friends tattoos on my legs. He's done nothing. I think I agree with you. It's
obviously we don't really know what he did at his time. It's more so a joke that, like, you know, Channel 4 of years past, sure, cool new documentaries, edgy takes, teenage-based stuff. Pretty sure Skins was the Channel 4 original. I could be talking bollocks. But, you know, these teenage shows that really cultivate this young audience, they've not been doing that for years. Like, they've lost their identity fully. But point being, how will Ben Wadey's identity shape EastEnders? What characters? And typically, you will bring in your new family. Every new producer pretty much has their own unique family that they think is going to be shape and mold their future and their characters. Chris Clenshaw's was the Knights, and the Knights became a focal point of the show, owning the Queen Vic and being a huge characters. George Knight, many really, really big, huge episodes focusing on the Knights. Reshaping, like, the Fox, the Trumans, reshaping that family, make them a big point. Yolande, probably one of the most improved characters in soap in years. the new Mitchells, like more Brannings, just reshaping and putting more stock within these, putting more stock within all of these characters. And yes, there will be exits. There will be multiple exits, and we've seen 2 reported, and the one is insignificant. Stacy, no, Felix. The one is insignificant, and the one's Stacy Slater. But Max Branning's returning. Like, what is the show going to look like in a year? And it's not an answer you can get right now. It's an exciting time. And all that to just say, don't really know where we're going. But fundamentally, Ben Wadey will have to use the tools that he's been lended, the tools that have been passed over, and slowly through time, and maybe even probably a little bit more radically, he can reshape the show into what he believes will be the future. Because most executive producers, they take 2 to 3 years, roughly 1 year if it's really cheeks. And then they have their big main storylines, like The Six was this version's. Like Suki and Eve, another one of this big kind of idea. But fundamentally, it's going to take time to see where it goes, but also it's going to be an exciting new frontier of stuff we've probably not seen before. Now, admittedly, you're never really making unique stuff in soap. You're never really doing firsts in soap because a lot of the tracks have already been trodden and already been built before us. But still, a fresh voice in the writer's room and a fresh direction means that if you were quite disenfranchised with Chris Clenshaw's version of the show, perhaps now is the time that you're going to get suckered back in. Maybe there's a bit more crime involved. Maybe there's a little bit more, maybe they bring back some older families, some older faces. Maybe this is where it's going to finally land for you.
Yeah, and just to wrap my point around is, yeah, Bernie's possibly leaving. She's like a buffalo in the field watching her other buffalo being shot. Chelsea, I don't really care. Callum's he's a coach stuck in the door. And I don't really see... I'm prepared for this era, but I'm kind of scared. Because usually you can suss out, and obviously we haven't seen these episodes yet, so actually, Piggy, your opinion is invalid. But we haven't seen this era, I know. But I am fairly scared in what way he's going to take. Because I do not want to be doing this when the product is bad. I will do it, but I'd much rather do something when it's good than when it's bad. Because we all like reviewing a bad movie. We tried to watch Scary Movie 1. It aged horribly. But like, for every Scary Movie 1, there has to be a Godfather Part 2. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to balance it out. And that's what I'm kind of worrying for. But I hope he does a good job, is all I can say. And who knows, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe he could bring back Mick Carter. Highly unlikely. Danny Dyer is still shitting on the show because he has nothing more to do. Because, Football Factory Part 2, the film has to come out in 6 months. Wow, Danny Dyer, you're really innovating the staff there, Danny. Wow, you're really trotting on that wheel. You're really doing innovating stuff. And he has nothing more to do. So yeah, that's pretty much my take. Let's wrap it there. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye bye.